All right, you guys, so for those of you who are very new to the squatting and powerlifting world, this is what's called a monolift. And there's a lot of advantages to monolifts, and some of the federations use them pretty regular. What it enables you to do is able to squat without walking it out. A lot of injuries in powerlifting actually come from moving the bar in and out of the rack. And then just previously we talked about safer ways to get the bar out of the rack. So we're going to illustrate two things real quick since we have it here. We're going to talk about box squatting and how to do it right, or one way to do it, I should say. And then also the advantage of standing wider using a monolift, okay, so you don't have to walk it out. So I have my lovely assistant here. She's going to run the monolift for us, and we're going to go through a couple of squats real quick. So like I said before, you want to center yourself underneath the bar, pull your shoulder blades together, tuck them in your back pocket, get your elbows underneath the bar. And then the advantage of this monolift is as soon as I stand up, the arms move out of the way and you can descend into your squat. Come up, drive your hips forward, and then you can re-rack it. All right, so that's the long and short of using a monolift. Now let me talk about the box squat real quick. A lot of times you'll see videos, and then you'll see good videos and bad videos. If you watch some of the West Side Barbell stuff, they'll show you how to do a box squat. And a box squat can be used for many different reasons. It can be used as a depth gauge. It can be used also to learn how to pause and come out of the hole explosively. Different height box are always an advantage too. So a lot of times when I would cycle my training, I do a high box, medium box, low box over 3-week intervals for different max effort exercises. One thing I did want to illustrate is a lot of times I see people rolling back on the box. And that doesn't offer you any advantage for when you do go to a free weight squat or a competition, because you are never going to be in a back position. So let me illustrate really quick what I was talking about. So again, you're going to set up, get underneath your bar, squeeze your shoulder blades together, tuck them in your back pocket, get your elbows underneath the bar, stand straight up, rack's going to move, you're going to come down, we're going to push into our posterior chain, try to tear the floor apart, down, down, down. Pause at the box, don't collapse on the box. This is just a depth gauge, we're pausing. Another thing you don't want to do from this point is roll back like this. Because again, like I said, if you're doing a free weight squat, you're never going to be back here like this. And you're never going to be able to sit into a squat, roll back, and come back out of the hole. So we're just using that box, in this particular instance, as a depth gauge. Don't collapse on the box. What you actually want to do is get down to that box, pause, explode for most training cycles. Again, you can use a box for many different reasons, but the most advantageous is using it as a depth gauge. You also notice that it's padded. A lot of times you'll see people get into that squat, and this is another bad habit. They'll get down there and they'll try to do something like this. Bounce off the box. Again, when you're in a free weight position, drop my microphone, guys. When you're in a free weight position, you're never going to get down here and roll back like this. Especially with a lot of weight on the bar, you're going to do what? Fall right on the floor. All right, you guys, that's it. That's all I needed to talk about. Hope you like this video. I'm sure it's going to spawn a lot of questions, and I'm sure I'm going to get all kinds of arguments for different reasons. Again, this is just fundamentals and some of the basics. If you want help with more training cycles, how to break stuff down, maybe you're curious on how a Wendler 531 works, or a conjugate method, or how can I incorporate into that, shoot me a message. I'll help you with that kind of stuff. If you got questions on your form, remember, get your camera angle nice and low so I can see your depth. Don't wear black so I can see if you're actually getting deep enough. And I'll be happy to help you anytime I can. Keto Gainers, thanks. Luis, Tyler, keep doing the good work. We'll talk to you soon. This is your Keto Daddy saying, holla if you hear me. Bye.